Rashad, why you
Anyways,
didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother. Trump lit.
What's up,
Any
Rashad? What it do, boy?
We walking around the world.
Yo. Hello. Greetings, everybody. My name is Rashad Milligan, man. Welcome to the channel. This is the road 10K subs. We had a whole day of WNBA pressers that I didn't get up today because I was in the office. And I didn't want to do the whole thing of like, oh, I could work around it. Maybe bring my other laptop and just put it on mute and dim the screen. And I didn't want to deal with all that. So I just missed it. But the last day of pressers for the league before the season starts is tomorrow. And I will be able to record those and get those up. So just little notes of business and stuff like that. That boy Dan showing love before the stream. Shouts out to Dan. You know what I'm saying? I just cleaned up a little bit around the crib, but you didn't come here to hear me talk about that. You came here for the news. So with that being said, let's get into the news, man. It's a lot of news. All right, first things first, bro. We got to salute the legend, the OG, the friend of the channel, man. The one, the only, the legendary Tina Charles, bro, has called it a career. Salute to Tina Charles, man. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on the wall. Come on, man. It was all a dream. That's the thought that keeps finding me. That and deep gratitude. God has covered me in my life in ways that I can't fully put into words. And by his grace and mercy, I've been able to live out something bigger than I'd ever imagined. Today, I officially announced my retirement from basketball. 15 years at a professional level and a lifetime of love for this game. I've experienced at the highest highs and the lowest lows, and I'm thankful for it all. Through it all, I learned how to show up. When doubt got loud and narratives were written without me, I kept showing up. That's the New Yorker in me, where resilience is built, not talked about. Growing up in Queens, New York, basketball wasn't just a game. It was a language, a rhythm, a survival. It's an expression. It pulled me in early, and I gave myself fully to it. It shaped me, into the woman that I am today. And for that, I wouldn't change a thing. At some point, you have to edit your life. Hold on, let me show love to Joel. Not everything and not everyone is meant for the whole journey. Everyone can't go Tina Charles, Benny the Butcher. Growth requires honesty. And for me, that meant recognizing when my impact was being called into a new direction. That's not failure, that's clarity. I'm at peace with this decision, aligned with what I'm being called into next, making space for someone else to step in and grow the way that I once did. Oh man, that's beautiful. Oh, dang, that's life. That's life. At some point, we are going to have to step aside and allow space for someone to grow in the space that we once grew. Ooh, that's life. That's evolution. That's continuing on. You have to keep recreating yourself. In this thing called life, you have to. Rashad, read the rest of it. It will be impossible to name everyone who has poured into my life, but I want to say thank you. To my parents, Angela and Charlie, you are my foundation. Mom, you made me believe I could do anything. Dad, this game brought us closer, and I'm forever grateful. To the programs that helped shape me, the New York Gazelles, the Liberty Bells, Christ the King, and Yukon. Excuse me, sorry, y'all. I apologize. That was terrible. This is where my discipline was sharpened. My standard was defined, and my purpose was strengthened. To my friends, family, coaches, teammates, and fans, every WNBA and overseas organization that I've been blessed to represent, USA Basketball, the WNBA PA, and NBA PA, the personal trainers and performance coaches I've worked with over the years who kept me ready, the WNBA chaplains who fed my spirit along the way, and my representatives over the years, Weissel Sports, the team, Rebrand, and Octagon. Thank you for your belief and for being a part of my story. And to my late aunt, Maureen, quote unquote, Hopi Vaz. Through Hopi's Heart Foundation, thank you to everyone who supported that mission. Together, we placed over 500 AEDs. Oh my gosh. I remember this story, bro. I did this. Oh my gosh. I did this story on Tina. Read it. Help save the life expanded access to life-saving cardiac health resources in the communities around the world. You gave me balance, perspective, and a deeper understanding that what I do for others will always matter more than what I achieve for myself. Ooh. Let's read that back. Let's run that back. You gave me balance, perspective, and a deeper understanding that what I do for others will always matter more than what I achieve for myself. This game is giving me everything, and I'll miss it deeply. But like my mom has always taught me, don't stop for what you've done. Keep going towards what you will always see. And I still see so much. Ooh, with some bars in here. There are still dreams in my heart waiting to be lived, and I can't wait to share that journey with you all. Much love, TC. Salute. Shout out to Tina Charles, man. Shout out to Tina Charles, bro. Come on, man. What are we doing, man? First things first, I want to talk about this where she was talking about the AEDs. I remember I did that story where she was talking about like heart pacers. She provided them. I did this in like dang 2017, bro. I was fresh out of college on some intern type stuff with Rolling Out. Shout out to Rolling Out, my home. Y'all know I'm a Rolling Out baby, Rolling Out University. Some people think that I like A still work there. Some people thought at one point that I owned Rolling Out. Neither of those things are true. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Wow, they used my picture for her announcement story. Salute, salute. As they should. But where is the let me see. This is a story they put up today, and you see this my photo right there. A record that will never be matched. 3 Olympic gold medals, a legacy. What comes after basketball? Is there? I wish there was easier ways to find like these old stories and stuff, because I know it used to. I don't know about the website now, but it used to take forever to load up, bro. So let's see. In the meantime, what's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Everybody in the building today. We shouting out Tina Charles. We showing love to TC. Uh, at the time, you know what I'm saying? Second leading scorer in WNBA history. All of that stuff, man. Some beautiful stuff, bro. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Career legacy of Tina Charles, man. Asia Wilson. Why they use that old picture? She's fed up and facing suspension. Why they use my photo for that story? There it is. I found it. 2017 WNBA Stars Foundation saves a man's life. New York Liberty Center Tina Charles's life purpose goes far beyond the basketball court. Around the time her aunt Maureen Hopi Voss passed away due to multiple organ failure, the WNBA star read an article about a high school basketball player who passed away from sudden cardiac heart arrest. The school, the player who did not have the automated external defibrillators, AEDs, accessible, which really intrigued Charles. Shortly after her aunt's passing in 2013, Charles decided to begin with Hopi's Heart Foundation with the name in the honor of the woman with a quote-unquote given heart who was a quote-unquote servant to others, as Charles recalled. The foundation raises awareness for sudden cardiac arrest through placement of AEDs and CPR training. Quote-unquote sudden cardiac arrest is indiscriminate towards race, age, and gender. Charles said in an interview with Rolling Out, quote unquote, you don't have to be active for your heart to slowly stop. You and your friends at work, you know your heart can just suddenly stop. So Hopi's Heart Foundation is open to all nonprofit organizations and not just athletic teams. Since 2013, the foundation has been able to place over 300 AEDs. Charles said some organizations might not have the funds for AEDs or even know the importance of them, and that's where her foundation steps in. That step turned out to be life-saving for one of the Marbridge Foundation in Austin, Texas. Dan Carlson collapsed as he went into sudden cardiac arrest shortly after a coworker spotted him. Thanks to Hopi's Heart Foundation, coworkers knew the correct CPR methods to use and had the confidence to even use the AED. In school, you do fire drills, Charles said. The same way I believe you do fire drills to make sure you guys are safe in an emergency, that's the same way you need to do the orientation on an AED in your school or your institution wherever it is, because growing up, I didn't have that. If I was in high school, college, you name it, if there was someone to collapse next to me, I wouldn't know the precautions or measures to take. So I'm thankful for the Marbridge Foundation, just recognizing Hopi's Heart Foundation and reaching out to let us know that we did save a life and how much they appreciated the AED. The foundation has also partnered with Safe Kids Worldwide to raise awareness on hydration, concussions, prescription awareness, emergency response, and staying fit. Charles said athletes aren't limited to taking the initiative only in their respective sports. Quote unquote, I think it's really important to be a leader in your own right. Along the way, individuals have helped me, whether mentally, physically, how to get through basketball, how to stay in the sport, how to stay dedicated. So I try to just be a leader and an example as much as I can and just pay it forward to the community, she said. So that was that one from 2017. I remember that. That was just dope. I want to go to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Because but I want to keep that, I want to keep that thing there. So I'm gonna keep that up. Okay, cool, 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 cool. And then this was the second one I did. This was the one where she first went to the dream, and she just had a great story. And I appreciate Liam and the entire dream team for allowing me to do this one. And here it goes. Tina Charles is one of the greatest players to ever touch a WNBA court. She and Tamika Catchings are the only two players in the WNBA's top five for both all-time scoring and rebounding. An MVP, a three-time Olympic gold medalist, and an eight-time All-Star, Charles was a member of the WNBA 25th anniversary team, highlighting the 25 of the league's best players. Then 2022 happened. Charles joined the Phoenix Mercury on a quote-unquote super team lineup that featured Skylar Diggins-Smith at the time. Who's just Skylar Diggins now, Diana Taurasi, DT, Diamond DeShields, and Brittany Griner. Okay, that was the super team. The team ended up being a disaster. Griner was arrested and detained in Russian custody for 10 months. The available group didn't dominate the competition as expected, and the overall frustration was seen publicly when Diggins and Taurasi argued on the bench during a game in Las Vegas. Charles ended up leaving the team in June 2022. She said, me, quote unquote, personally, I don't think this is the place to discuss what happened, she told Rolling Out on April 29th. But for me personally, I was just trying to win a championship. That's the most I can say. She ended up signing with the Seattle Storm, where she finished the season. Still, only a season after averaging 23 points and nearly 10 rebounds per game with the Washington Mystics in 2021, it appeared that Charles couldn't quite adapt quickly enough within the Storm's offense to push the team to a championship. Then, 33 years old, Charles averaged 12.6 points and 7.4 rebounds per game in Seattle, a career low for points in 18 games for the Storm. In 2023, no team signed Charles. Quote unquote, last year, I thought I was retired, Charles said. Mentally, emotionally, I put myself in a mode of retirement, but God worked things out. This past offseason, Charles received a call from Atlanta general manager Dan Padover, who worked with Charles as the former vice president of basketball operations with the New York Liberty. Quote unquote, we knew she was available and potentially looking to come back to play, Padover told Rolling Out. We thought it was the right fit for her and us. Overall, I think we're both meeting each other at the right time. Quote unquote, we had a need for professionalism, scoring, and consistency, Padover continued, quote unquote. Tina wanted to find a home where she was comfortable. Her familiarity with the Atlanta Dream head coach and Charles's former teammate, Tanisha Wright, and myself, plus, being in a great city like Atlanta, I think all the stars aligned for everyone involved. Now 35 years old, Charles opened training camp with her new team and led the pack during sprinting drills. She repeatedly made post scoring look effortless against the team's Dreams practice team comprised of local Atlanta men. Here, right there, right now, spin move to the baseline. Off the glass, off the glass. I'm still the same Tina, Charles said. Nothing has changed for me. I took a year off, but nothing has changed for me offensively or defensively. I think there's more for me as a person knowing how to do those things and how to go about those things. But outside of that, everything's the same. Like Candace Parker, Charles said she doesn't want a farewell tour for whenever her final season is. While she said she was candid and she said she doesn't really feel like basketball fans fully appreciated her game, the past years taught her that things will come in due time, and she continues to put all of her trust in the Lord. How she wants fans to celebrate her is to continue to grow the outreach and the support of the WNBA, and also note her off-the-court contributions, like the Hopi Heart Foundation, where she makes automated external defibrillators, AEDs, more accessible and promotes heart health and education to the general public. On the court this season, next to the lights of Atlanta's current all-star trio of Ryan Howard, Cheyenne Parker, and Alicia Gray, alongside Jordan Canada and Ariel Powers, and a projected leap of second-year players Haley Jones and Leticia Mehier. The Dream are sleeper contender. Keep your eyes on Atlanta, Charles said. I think we're going to do some things that will shock a lot of people in this league. She had a great season in Atlanta. It was a joy covering her. She was like so calm and stuff like that all the time, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Dream, they just had a lot of young energy, just like they do now. They have a lot of kind of young, jumpy energy, and she was just like the OG who was just calm, even kill, never got too high, never got too low. And so, I definitely want to say that, bro. Like, salute to Tina Charles. It was a joy. It was a joy and an honor covering her. I think she's one of the best players of all time, and she should always be recognized as such, even if others don't give her that recognition. Salute to Tina Charles, man. All right, hold on. Let's get back to it. Next thing, I had to reshare real quick. Next. Austin Rivers' response to Draymond.
Come on, Draymond. This is ridiculous. Seriously. Ridiculous. But you know what? I'm going to address it because you crossed the line and you were mad disrespectful for whatever reason. You've been around too long. We both were drafted in the same class. The fact that you don't have the wherewithal to do your due diligence and actually understand, I was being highly complimentary of you on the Dan Patrick show, but it's you, and I shouldn't be surprised. You always act irrationally, emotionally immature, and your anger always puts you in hot water. So here I am having to address a video of you belittling my career. First off, Draymond, we weren't the same players in high school. I don't care about our numbers being similar. I did it at the national level, the top level. Hence why I got the Naismith Award, and I got pretty much every award you can think of in high school. I was ranked number one. You were ranked, I don't know. So cut it out. Next. College, you actually were a really good college basketball player, but it's hard to compare because I was only there for 6 months, something you could never do. Talk about I was, one of the featured guys. No, I was the guy. I led my team in scoring. I was first team All-ACC, freshman player of the year, lottery pick. Stop. Next. The NBA, hey, man, you got it, Dre. I mean, listen, I played in the NBA for more than 10 years, more than a decade, but 11 years, but I'm not a Hall of Famer like you. So I'll give you that credit. All right, you got it. But let's peel back that onion and understand why. Easy, Tiger. Okay? You have the delusion, the non-wherewithal, the irony of you saying I'm part of the biggest bailout in NBA history. Draymond, you are the luckiest basketball player I think I've ever seen, especially in modern day history. Let's talk about that. You were drafted to a franchise with the Hall of Fame front office, Bob Myers, Hall of Fame coach, Steve Kerr, the greatest shooter of all time, and perhaps the top 5 player of all time, Steph Curry, Hall of Famer. One of the greatest shooters, top 5 shooter of all time, another Hall of Famer, Klay Thompson. The Swiss Army knife himself, the guy who could do a little bit of everything on the floor, Andre Iguodala, another Hall of Famer. I know, keep up. It's a lot of talent. Not to mention one of the most lethal scorers of all time and arguably a top 10 player of all time, Kevin Durant, the same guy you chased off because of this, your mouth. You talk too much. And that's not even counting the plethora of talent around those guys. The Sean Livingstons, the Barbosas, the Andrew Wiggins, the Jordan Pooles, who you also chased off. Cut it out. Draymond, you're the backpack jump shooter. You're the guy that everyone leaves open. No one guards you. There are hours and hours and hours of film of just you being left wide open. In fact, anybody can just YouTube or Google or watch any Draymond game ever, and he's open all game. There are clips of you getting a rebound and just driving in a straight line and just getting a wide open layup because everyone's fanning out to guard the actual talent on the team. Talk about Steve Kerr hindered your career. Bro, Steve Kerr made your career. How dare you? Coming at me? Are you kidding me? I wish I could give my son $200 million if I was a coach. Yo, the NBA doesn't give coaching jobs to guys who may or may not sucker punch one of the players and staff. You need to fall back, Dre. Let's just be frenemies.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'll say this. I think it's difficult. Like, it is a skill to talk trash, to like come at somebody, but I think it's extremely difficult when you don't have the leverage. Austin Rivers and Draymond Green are not even in the same stratosphere when it comes to NBA careers. Like Austin Rivers said, like Draymond is literally a Hall of Famer. Austin Rivers was a journeyman, role player, bench, scoring specialist. That's his limited. He was very limited in the league, extremely underachieved compared to like what the standard he set for himself in high school as like a high school legend, ball is life legend, slam legend, highlights legend. For him to do that, that was impressive, bro. That was he made it. Cause I feel like in a diss and a battle, you have to make it seem like if you don't have the leverage going into it, if you're the underdog, you have to kind of convince the people that y'all even, and then kind of go with the jabs. But there, he brought Draymond down so much in that like it seriously appeared to be like they was on the same level or something like that, which is crazy. Second thing, second, man. SSB, bro. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you stopping by back in and stuff like that. It's all love, it's always love on the side. SSB, Zero, and Dan, man. Those are like three, and Nate as well, like, and today. You know what I'm saying? Those are just some of the originals when it came to this whole streaming thing and stuff like that, of showing love in the chat and being part of the community, bro. So I appreciate SSB, Zero, Dan, all y'all. Okay. It's not entirely true. Bob Myers didn't draft Draymond. Yeah. I was definitely thinking about that. About Mark Jackson. What was the coach that he was drafted into? But like he skipped around to kind of like play into his narrative, which is a part of like trash talking. Rivers sounded nice, but he's factually wrong. Yeah, 100%. Because he wasn't brought into a team with KD and all those guys. Like it happened naturally. And Draymond worked his way up. From the second round. He had a sensational career. He got everything off the muscle. I think if anything, in terms of like Draymond riding the coattails of Steph Curry, maybe like the last 2-3 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like in the years that like kind of Clay was hurt and he was the shell of himself after that second championship. I think anything after you say 2022, bro. Anything after 2022, I think it's fair to say Draymond was kind of living off the coattails of like what the Warriors did in the 2010s and living on, kind of Steph Curry's success. Yeah. Iggy was a deal. He was a deal too, like right before 2015. I think the Iggy deal happened like 2013-ish, around that time, like the end of high school for me and everything. I remember that. Iguodala, that was like 2011. That might have been 20. That was 2011. Dang. Yeah. Sean Livingston was the truth. You talk about someone who was the truth. Sean Livingston was the truth. 2004, suffered a career-ending injury, and like his injury was supposed to be career-ending. Went off on the stretcher, everything like that with the Clippers. Big hype, everything like that. Jokic came back and still had a decent NBA career. It's like those guys like Penny Hardaway, guys like Grant Hill, guys like Sean Livingston, the guys who still have decent NBA careers after they had injuries that were supposed to be like career ending. That just shows you how talented they were. Like the fact that they could reinvent themselves and still be serviceable players. The only thing I hold against Golden State is the KD thing. KD leaving OKC for Golden State really started the hate train. Yeah, 100%. 100%. But I mean, what Rivers said in terms of just like kind of being supported in the perfect system, like you said, it's not all the way, correct, because it's just like, why isn't Festus Ezeli or Leonardo Barbosa considered like as great as Dre? You know what I'm saying? Those guys aren't penciled in as Hall of Famers, and they were alongside the ride too. Like why is Kevon Looney not viewed that as a Hall of Famer? Why is Jordan Poole not viewed that as even an All-Star? And shouts out to JP for sure. Poole Paul there all day. You know what I'm saying? But there's a reason why Draymond's considered those type of guys. Is he a system player? I wouldn't say he's a system player, but I understand what Austin Rivers is saying. He's a benefit to his environment. He's a benefit to growing up in a healthy system, in a healthy environment, healthy system, all that like that. I think Draymond is a beneficiary of that. But he's not a system player. Like he's a great player, bro. Like you can't be a second round pick, work your way to stay on the team, work your way into the starting lineup, and then become a multi-time All-Star, and then become like, you know what I'm saying, one of the main pieces of 4 championships, just being like system. Unless you talk about like See, because if we really want to talk, bro, am I one of the people who believe in the crazy internet conspiracy or take that Tom Brady's a system quarterback? 100%. I 100% buy into the Tom Brady's a system quarterback, bro. Because like Joker got hurt and they put in, you know what I'm saying, Jimmy G, all these random backups, and them dudes were still going like 11-5 and all that, still making the playoffs. You know, they lose in the first round or whatever, but like they were still kind of adequate, like decent teams. Tom Brady leaves the Patriots. They're bad for like maybe 1 year. You know, they tried Mac Jones, it didn't quite work, and then they try the next quarterback, and then they go back to the Super Bowl within 5 years. Like, yeah, I just think the system was just built to like. I just think the system was built, and then Tom Brady goes to Tampa, right? And but like when he comes to Tampa, he recruits the Avengers as his receiving core, and you know the guys on defense want to play with Tom Brady as well because of the name. And so they go to the Super Bowl and they're like, Tom Brady is going to the Super Bowl at 45, 46 years old. This is outstanding. And it's like, yeah, like anybody could probably with a roster like that. I think Rivers is saying the Golden State system extracted the most out of Draymond's qualities. Yeah, I could see that. Dre is also a great defender. Yeah, Dre is probably one of the best defenders of his time. Since Brady retired, I noticed people question Brady more compared to when he was playing. Brady's maybe the GOAT in sports who had this. I would say, yeah, facts. Who, yes, Brady benefited the most from healthy situations. Like he comes in, Drew Bledsoe, the Patriots are already a Super Bowl level team. Bledsoe gets hurt, Brady benefits from that. So he comes in off the gate, competing in Super Bowls and winning championships. Like this man, look, see, come on, man. And shouts out to Tom Brady because I know he's doing like a lot of content stuff and everything. So there could be a potential for, you know, you never know with the industry. It's really small. Potential for where he talks to me or comes on the channel or something like that. And, you know, some people might be like, I don't want to burn that bridge. I got to say what I've been saying all along. And this is just what I've been saying all along, dog. QB and point guard are most reliant on the eye test. You cannot fail the eye test in those two positions in sports. Yeah. I say that too. It's just like, bruh. Drew Bledsoe's already you already entered a team that was competing for a championship when the starting quarterback got hurt. You got placed into that. So you start winning championships already. And now kind of around 2007, you're living off the mystique. So now guys like Randy Moss want to play for you. All these guys, you start recruiting guys to come to the team because you know who doesn't want to be a part of Wes Welker. Like I don't know if he was drafted or whatever by the Pats. You got to talk to Patriots fans. But you know, let's say like all these guys want to play with Tom Brady now because he's built that reputation. Then they get Gronk. That was a great just decision by the front office. And then now he's like the old Jedi with 5 rings, and it's a special aura thing. The Atlanta thing, 28-3. You know, obviously a sensitive subject from everybody from my city, but at the end of the day, we all know from the city of Atlanta, like that's just what Atlanta does, and specifically like the Falcons, like they just always just blew leads, and it just happened on the biggest stage, the Super Bowl that time. So I think, yeah, that Super Bowl was more so like Atlanta just choking as opposed as it was to the Patriots and Tom Brady like leading them to this great credit. I mean, obviously, you know, you have to give him some type of credit for coming back that many down scores because you still have to score the touchdowns. But I think a lot of it was just Atlanta just choking a huge lead in a big game like they always did. So that's another thing. But that's my likeness of Draymond Green and Tom Brady, if anybody wondered. I think Austin Rivers did an amazing job of bringing down Draymond to his level because in no way, shape, or form are those guys on the same level comparable. She deleted it. I knew she was going to delete it. John Doe, she called out Smino. She was like, yo, I haven't gotten my money. We've gone through it for 6 months. I've been trying to be cordial about it behind closed doors. She said it was her birthday and Black Swim, but she deleted the tweets. She usually, when she goes viral of some controversial, she'll just delete it. But shout out to John Doe. Happy belated. Okay, Trump to some kids. Iran was about to eliminate y'all. Let me see what this is.
We just broke every record. And now we're going to take a hit because we have to make a journey down to Iran.
Shouts out to my boy, Yanin in the Oval Office, man. He's so real.
And to take the nuclear weapon. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks. Remember, we sent that beautiful B-2 bomber in, and we blew up their nuclear potential. It was obliterated, for those that are not aware, and to a point where it would take them weeks to dig down, and we wouldn't let them dig down. We have our eyes on it all the time. But it was a very important thing. So we would have had an Iran with a nuclear weapon, and maybe we wouldn't all be here right now. I can tell you the Middle East would have been gone, Israel would have been gone, and they would have trained their sights on Europe first and then us, because they're sick people. These are sick people. And we're not going to let lunatics have a nuclear weapon. The power of a nuclear weapon is something I don't even want to talk about. It's not going to happen. And we have beaten them badly. We just broke every record. And now we're going to take a hit because we have to make a journey down to Iran to take the nuclear weapon. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks. Remember, we sent that beautiful B-2 bomber in, and we blew up their nuclear potential. It was obliterated, for those that are not aware, and to a point where it would take them weeks to dig down, and we wouldn't let them dig down. We have our eyes on it all the time. But it was a very important thing. So we would have had an Iran with a nuclear weapon, and maybe we wouldn't all be here right now. I can tell you the Middle East would have been gone, Israel would have been gone, and they would have trained their sights on Europe first and then us, because they're sick people. These are sick people. And we're not going to let lunatics have a nuclear weapon. The power of a nuclear weapon is something I don't even want to talk about. It's not going to happen. And we have beaten them badly.
Yeah, he didn't say quote for quote. I'm glad I watched it because he didn't say quote for quote this, but he did say that. He did say that in a room full of children, bro. All right, man.
Trying to get into soccer.
How about you? What sport do you play?
I play volleyball, and in the summer I'm trying to get into soccer.
Well. And with your height, do you smash the ball, the volleyball? Do you get up high? Can you jump high?
Not very.
Soccer might be better. I want to be. I'm just looking. I think she'd be a great soccer player.
Bro, look at her face, bro. Why would you tell a child that, bro? All right, man. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna stay here. All right, because people are talking about this, bro.
A video like this, but I feel like I need to say something, so I wrote a few things down. I am currently on board the MV Hondias, and what's happening right now is very real for all of us here. We're not just a story. We're not just headlines. We're people with families, with lives, with people waiting for us at home. There's a lot of uncertainty, and that's the hardest part. All we want right now is to feel safe, to have clarity, and to get home. So if you're seeing coverage about this, just remember that there are real people behind it, and that this isn't something happening somewhere far away. It's happening to us right now. I'll share more when I can, but for now, I just ask for your kindness and understanding. Thank you.
So this is SSB was asking what this was. This is the guy, like we're saying in the world of politics and stuff right now. He's on the cruise ship that has this virus called the hantavirus, and they said a couple people have already passed away from the hantavirus, and like rodents have also caught it. Like it is distributed through rodents to humans, and Like if they, yeah. So if they get back on land, then we're facing a potential another pandemic. And yeah. So he's just on the boat being like, yo, uh we're humans, bro. Like when y'all talking about us, make sure you talk about us with some humanity. But the rest of us is like, y'all stay on that boat. Y'all stay away from us, bro. He said, hang in there, bro, one more month. But look, I've gone back to the office or whatever. Every time I go into the office, it never fail. How'd you? Man, Joker, y'all Joker need to stay home. If y'all going, how'd you? Anything after 2020, I got PTSD. Y'all stay home, man. Man, I think they said through rodents, whatever. But I mean, I'm gonna look up more on it because obviously, like, this is my first time looking at all this stuff. But I think they said through rodents. So let me see.
Something is off about this cruise ship in the Atlantic with the hantavirus outbreak, and I cannot let it go. This is the MV Hondias, an expedition cruise ship owned and operated by Oceanwide Expeditions. And the route went from Argentina through Antarctica and the South Atlantic, with stops in South Georgia and Tristan da Cunha and St. Helena, all before heading towards Cape Verde. And I'm sorry, how is it that there are 147 people on board, with 3 people dead, 7 confirmed cases of the hantavirus, and the only video we've all seen from inside the ship is one guy named Jake crying in his cabin? No, I'm sorry. I'm not buying it, okay? Because you're talking to somebody who watches a lot of cruise ship drama on TikTok. In fact, it is one of my favorite TikTok subgenres that exists, okay? I watch it all the time. And if there's one thing that I've learned from those TikTokers, it is that if someone so much as catches a stomach flu on a Carnival cruise, there are 19 TikToks, 4 Facebook Lives, and some woman named Brenda locked in a closet filming herself saying, please help us, like it's the frickin' Blair Witch Project. So I decided to investigate. Not a full rabbit hole because I have other investigations that require my attention right now, but what I did find was interesting. So first I went looking for the original Jake video because, like many of you, the first time I saw it was on the CBS TikTok account, which is a company owned by Larry Ellison now, but I digress. I couldn't find the original video anywhere, but luckily CBS did put in the tippy top corner of the video Jake's username on TikTok, so I went to his page to see if I could find it there. No. So I started scrolling through Jake's page and I learned that he is a Boston travel content creator and he's been to like hundreds of countries, although none of his videos have gotten like a super high amount of views, but yet he's got 5.6 million. I just know that's weird. Anyways, he's got sponsorship links, he's got collaborations, he's got a Yahoo email, and if you go over to TikTok Shop, he's hawking a bunch of travel consumerism junk. And I'm scrolling through his posts, and he's got this weird PR statement as one of them. Mind you, he didn't even post the video that he sent to CBS on his own account, remember? So I don't know, it's weird. But then I hit this penguin video from the trip, and it's a stunning video with a high resolution camera. And I mean, look, the sky is insane. It's clearly very beautiful. But just keep in mind what this sky looks like, okay? Because it's gonna come back later. In fact, his photos and videos are so beautiful, it is kind of hard to believe that it's not AI. No, but Michael.Elizabeth08, I'm with you. So I went to Google and searched for the name of the ship, the MV Hondias, filtered the dates to be before the outbreak became public, and went to videos to see if I had missed anything, because this is the exact kind of trip where you would normally see people posting pictures of wildlife or videos of the sunset or rough seas with the yo-ho sound, cabin tours, meals, anything. The only videos are from Jake Rosemarian. This is weird. And then I read about one other passenger who was quoted in BBC and AP coverage named Kazem Hato, also known online as Ibn Hatuta. Sorry if I mispronounced that. This guy. And he sent over footage over WhatsApp to AP News and BBC, and he gave them quotes specifically saying, actually, morale is high. People are watching movies, reading, and drinking hot drinks. 3 people are dead. And then it gets even weirder because he's posting stuff like this on his story. You can pause to read it, but the second paragraph says, this whole situation has been blown out of proportion, partly because of one person panicking on the ship whose video has been circulating on the media. While his reaction is valid, it doesn't represent the situation on board. Everyone else, 148 out of 149, has been calm. The situation is under control, and we just wish those who are sick a speedy recovery. I don't. And his videos also look cinematic, except if you'll notice, his sky is blue. His video clips around a lot, but from every which angle, it's the same blue sky. You mean to tell me that both of these content creators were there during sunset and Jake's the only one that got a video with the beautiful pink orange sky? Fools. They think we're fools. I mean, come on. You expect us to believe that after the outbreak happens and people are locked in their rooms forced to quarantine and the only 2 passengers from inside the ship we hear from are 2 travel influencers? Nope, absolutely not. As a dedicated consumer of cruise drama TikTok, I reject this whole premise. Look, maybe the cruise company told them they weren't allowed to post, maybe the Wi-Fi is bad, or maybe everybody on that cruise ship just genuinely has great self-control, in which case, good for them. But I'm just saying the silence to severity ratio is weird.
Dang. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. Who catch the virus have a mortality rate. You meet someone, you have a 40% chance of catching it. Dang. They say, dang. 1 out of every 3 people to 1 out of every 2? Because look, I had COVID about 3-4 times. What if you just quarantine the people who get the virus and continue with life? Bro, is it even... This got me questioning if it's even real. What's she saying? Also, the other stops, Tristan DeCuna, described by Oceanwide and others as the most geographically isolated locations on Earth. It's a $22,000 ticket to go see birds on the 31 days on the cruise ship. The majority of the passengers are elderly and not active on social media. That's likely why you're not seeing as much content as opposed to the Carnival cruise full of younger people that demographic. Oh, it's not that much content. It's no content from anyone but those 2. Do you truly believe there's only 2 influencers on a $22,000 cruise to the most remote places on Earth? That's facts. Why does he use Yahoo? Something odd about this guy. Yahoo is your work meme now? Yahoo! You're not a very good investigator, are you? She said she ain't no investigator. She said he's the only one posting content. Yeah, she said that. This is so us. Why no interviews? Were they being told no by someone? Yeah, definitely the ship is telling them not to talk.
Something is off about...
Well, probably the government's probably telling them not to talk. Houston spring break and Carnival cruise got people sick. Yo, the Houston dude who was... Oh, I didn't even know I was going to bring that up. The dude that was sucking the toes. I don't know if y'all seen that. I didn't even want to say it. Dude sucking the toes at the Houston party. It was wilding, bro. Oh, hold on. Let me reshare. Get this audio back, man. Let me get this audio back. This is crazy, though. That was crazy, man.
For the cruise ship hantavirus outbreak. One is common, but the other is terrifying. Okay, let me give you some substance. There were 150 people on this cruise, and it all starts in Argentina. They leave Argentina April 11th. The first person passes away on the ship. They said it was a respiratory infection. He passed away. Then on April 24th, the body of that person was disembarked at St. Helena. But then on April 26th in South Africa, a second person passes away after leaving the ship at the airport. May 2nd, a third person passes away. May 3rd, they're parked in Cape Verde. That ship's going nowhere. So here's why people are extremely worried. So the hantavirus affects you through infected rodents, and it's not contagious. They didn't find any rodents on the ship, not a single one. Enter the Andes virus. The Andes virus is a subclade of the hantavirus, and it is the only hantavirus that can be spread from person to person. Super spreader. Causes hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a severe respiratory illness with a high fatality rate. They all had respiratory illnesses. Now remember I said they started in Argentina? That's where the virus comes from. It derives from the Andes Mountains. So the way this virus works is it doesn't activate for 1 to 2 weeks. Kind of like this timeline. Now, this virus is spread through droplets and from coughing, sneezing, touching things. And like I said, in South Africa on April 26th, that lady passed away in the airport. A lot of people in an airport. So now the WHO is going to evacuate everyone slowly because there's still 5 people that are sick and then take the boat to Spain to inspect it. This is a nightmare. This could be quite the event. Not going to lie, I'm concerned.
Man, heck nah. Hey, look, someone said this time they taking out a PPP loan and they dancing on TikTok. I'm already streaming, so I'm halfway there to dancing on TikTok. I will say this time around, I might just go home. Even though I know more people out here than I knew like back when I was in Mississippi the last time this happened. I think I'm gonna just go back home because I don't know. I felt like I got some FOMO last time of seeing like my family kind of like quarantined together back home, and I was, states away. It was sometimes I felt like kind of like was the movie with the Bill, you know the movie where he's on the island and he's talking to the ball as his friend and stuff like that. Like I felt like that at times. Like I started growing out my hair and everything. That's when I started growing out my hair, by the way. And then I've chopped it off once. But I don't know. I was going on like this whole self-discovery journey, and I grew a lot as a person and just learning a lot about life and myself. But I think next time I'm gonna just go around some people to kind of like mute a lot of that noise. But that junk crazy, bro. That's what I'm saying. All these folks, man, you go to that. You say it's a nothing burger. Man, I hope so. They talking about you can get it. It is highly contagious when they're person to person, if they sneeze or cough. Man, I go in the office, them junk. Man, come on now. We got to touch the door to open the door, man. The CDC has been gutted. I'm telling you now, the U.S. is not ready for the next pandemic. And this Neil Stone, is he like legit? Dr. Neil Stone, he looks legit. He looks legit. Let me look him up, Dr. Neil Stone. Yeah, that's him. That's Buddy. No, that ain't the same dude. That's a different dude. If this is him, okay, myhealthspecialist.com. Okay, that's Buddy right there. Yeah, he's saying they're not ready. He's saying we are not ready for another pandemic. All right, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Let me see. This is just a person joking about it. Hantavirus isn't going to be the next pandemic, guys. Let's be serious. Yes, it's an Andes strain, which can be transmitted human to human under specific conditions, prolonged close contact. Hantavirus is like the Nipah virus, another scary zoonotic disease that does not really have the capability to spread like wildfire because of the low RO, basic reproduction number. Basically, even if it has an Andes strain, it sucks at spreading from human to the point where human to human transmission is still up for debate, and it has been since it was discovered in 1995. Okay, all right, well, hopefully Miss Bagel Jalissa is right. We have to ask about 3 people. Were they old? Did they already have a weak immune systems, etc.? Yeah, I mean, hey, all I know is, like I said, I got COVID about 3-4 times, bro. So if I get this thing and I got a 50% chance of surviving, it might be GG. Yeah. That's something to keep an eye out on. But let's keep it pushing. Chris Smalls, his protest at the Met Gala, man. Let me see. Is him being pushed out the Met Gala, outside of the Met Gala after he was protesting? There's another better video of him talking about it. I was passing it, and then I seen more people talk about it, so I was like, oh no, let me at least acknowledge it, man. Is this it? Is this the one? Let's see.
What's going on, Jeff? Remember me, the fired Amazon worker that you signed off on the smear campaign, calling me not smart or articulate, but you also said to make me the face of the whole unionizing efforts against Amazon. Amazon is heavily invested in this genocide. They invest $7.2 billion into Project Nimbus, a project that is being used to fund and power the technology being used to surveil and target innocent Palestinians. Also, we all know that Amazon has ties to ICE. They are powering ICE devices. Now you're going to have the Met Gala where you're going to be surrounded by all these elites and billionaires and A-listers when you have poverty right outside on the streets. Billionaires shouldn't exist. Billionaires, they got to go.
The Bezos Met Gala, if they bought you a ticket and wanted you there, would you go?
Yes, I'm going. We got to remind ourselves that it's more of us than there is of them. And when we fight back every time, we win.
Hold on, let me read this. Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos is an honorary chair of this year's Met Gala. Chris was protesting the wealth inequality Bezos. Hold on. Let me see if I go like that. Hold on. With the wealth inequality Bezos and the gala represent, police are refusing to tell his team where he was taken or what conditions he's in. Oh, yeah. They said he's missing. The Met Gala didn't hit like other years in my opinion. Yeah, I would say that like people definitely didn't talk about it as much. I think it kind of depends on the people you get. Like you have to get like and then it's got to be maybe like a theme with some crazy stuff because I didn't even see people take like any crazy chances, to the point where you think of other years where like you see some crazy outfits and people just talk about that. I didn't see no crazy outfits this year. It was really just like a lot of folks played it safe. I think for good reason too. Like you don't want to get roasted on social media, all that. But I do think this is something. Remember last year the clothing people? Yeah, I remember last year. I went viral with one of the stories of Meg the Stallion and Angel Reese leaving early and stuff like that, and laughing and everything, and kind of going through. I know there was a fake picture that went super viral, and I was like, "Ooh, she did it up," and I shared it too. I was like, "Dang, they got me with that AI." I forgot who it was. It was like, who was it? Let me see if I could find it. Let me see if I could find who it was they had like a kind of a world type thing on. Let me see who it was. I was like, yo, this is dope. Make it a better way. I can't even pull it up, bro. Oh, it was a Rihanna thing. This joint. I was like, dang, Rihanna, she did it up. Oh, let me stop sharing it. I was like, dang, Rihanna, she did it up. Boy, that was AI. Oh, I don't know if this one was real of old girl, but yeah, that was cool. Lil Nas X last year. Shout out Lil Nas X. I thought this was, unique and stuff like that. It's just some of the ones I sent last year. But yeah, yeah, no, definitely the Met Gala didn't hit as hard this time and stuff like that. I had a whole nother thing that I was thinking about when I was watching. Was it some Michael Jackson stuff? It might have been some Michael Jackson stuff, but I was like, there's literally Taylor Swift is literally the last true celebrity that we've ever had. And I think Speed is the person who comes closest to being like actually famous, like really famous. Because you think about all the people who are famous right in the world: Ronaldo, Drake, LeBron James, Oprah, Tiger Woods, Messi, who are some other like extremely just famous people. Like all these, Justin Bieber, like all these people were famous before 2012. Nowadays everything's so individualized and so kind of click-ish and stuff, because you can create your own world through social media and through the internet, that there's no overall just person who's famous across the board, like that famous. Like even the biggest pop stars and stuff like that, Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo and Chaperone, Pink Pantheress, like everybody don't know them folks, but everybody knew who Lady Gaga and so-and-so was back in the day, because we were all kind of forced to see them all the time on TV. So as just a side note, this happened to Chris Black. Celebrities got out of their limousines as they walked onto carpet, smiling and waving for paparazzi. This was happening to Chris as Black celebrities who talk about quote-unquote representation matters attended a function chaired by a human rights violator. And then Jennifer Lewis also said something about it. So shout out Jen Lewis.
Okay, so I hadn't seen any of it. I had been running around all day. And then my girlfriend called and said, Jennifer, they showed up anyway. I said, but they cut nearly 30,000 jobs and gutted the Washington Post. They showed up anyway, posturing and posing, hoping to be the most. They cut $1 billion in funding for children's nutrition. And there they all were, vying for the next position. We're at war. And so many people are dying. I said to my girlfriend, tell me you're lying. How much fame do we need, y'all? How much more fame?
Mr. Thanksgiving, DJ Drama.
Wow.
How much more fame do we need? Stand on something or you fall for anything. 100%. 100%, Jennifer Lewis. And to some of the people that went, like, I say, namely, just kind of directly in my line of work or everything like that. Excuse me, Angel Reese. Like, for someone like Angel who's just into fashion, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a young person. Angel Reese is like, what, 23? This is her third year, third or fourth year being able to go to the Met Gala. She's literally only thinking about the fashion and being put on the biggest stage for fashion in America on social media and stuff like that a year. That's the only thing she's thinking about. She ain't thinking about Jeff Bezos and this and that or da da da. But it's a lot of them other celebrities that is thinking about it. And now that Jennifer Lewis has brought this up to their attention, now that Chris Moss has brought this up to their attention, it's very, very important that they did. He said there's an astrologer who said that 2026, 2023, 33 celebrities will die down. The only ones who would thrive or survive are the people who connect best with their audience. Kardashian or Tate types decline. I think we're already there. Like I said, like, there isn't one genuine, like, famous superstar, megastar who, like, wasn't famous already before 2012. Steph Curry, Russell Wilson, Russell Westbrook, like all the people who super Kevin Durant, they were already popular and famous before 2012. Like, this goes into the thing of, like, who's the face of the NBA? Who's the next face? Like, people talk about Wemby and Anthony Edwards. Yeah, I think those guys will be big, but I don't know if they'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Like what LeBron James and Kevin Durant were on a global scale, you know what I'm saying? Who Kobe Bryant was on a global scale, Yao Ming, Trace McGrady, like, that's different type of star power, you know what I'm saying? You said streamers are the only ones. I think streamers, once again, a very specific niche market. Like, it's a large amount of people on the planet who don't know who Kai Cenat is. That's why I said the closest thing to someone who's actually famous right now would be Speed. Like, Speed's known around the globe. Mr. Beast has crazy numbers, but there are some people who still don't know who Mr. Beast is. I think more people, I don't know. I can't say that more people around the world might be more familiar with Speed than Mr. Beast. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Speed's kind of the closest thing to a famous person that we can see in this generation. He said, but streamers are also hated and loved. Streamers are mad hated and also mad loved. But you know what I'm saying? Like, for some people, the biggest streamer in the world might be like the peanut dude. You know what I'm saying? To other folks, like, I'm trying to think who's another person, like, who's just like a big streamer on that side that I have like no idea about. Some of the biggest streamers in the world, I just have no clue about. But I'm in the corner of the internet where Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross and Type Boy Max and, you know what I'm saying, DDG, like, these guys are the biggest streamers in the world in this corner of the internet. That's the corner I'm in. But the other people, Jinxie, and well, Jinxie's still kind of that corner of streamers and stuff like that. But I'm trying to think of some names. Valkyrie's kind of adjacent to them. Ludwig, people like that. Those people might be the biggest streamers to them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Spanish streamers are huge and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, like I don't think we'll know, or we won't see that type of fame that we used to see, because it's just exactly. Osmond Gold, who kind of low key still is on that side because he reacts to a lot of the guys I just named. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know if we'll ever see a level of Justin Bieber fame again or Taylor Swift fame again. It's all going to be very niche. Kind of like how Rod Wave does arena tours, but there's like a whole group of folks who don't know who Rod Wave is, or Young Boy. a lot of older people have no idea who NBA Young or Young Boy Never Broke Again, NBA Young Boy, however you want to say his name. A lot of people, older people, have no idea who that is, and he's like the biggest star for a particular group of folks. So I just think that's like kind of the face, like the future of it. People talk about who's the next big three in rap. There's not. It's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like there isn't going to be another level of a Drake, Kendrick, and Cole because that's just the way that media ain't set up that way anymore for there to be a superstar to those three superstars on that level again. And same, like I said, same thing with the NBA. Who's the face of the NBA? NBA YoungBoy and Russ are two people who are niche. Yeah, Russ is a great example. Great example. Who sells out arenas, has plaques, multi-million streams, and a lot of people don't know who Russ is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was saying Osmond Gold is it's his top 5 biggest streamer, but nobody talks about him. Well, I think a lot of that is just him being a reactor. It's kind of like the dude on YouTube, the dude with the long hair who just be sitting in his room and he'd be like, guys, that's absolutely insane. I can't believe that. And he's like the biggest YouTuber. It's like Mr. Beast and him. He's like the biggest YouTuber. So he get 1 million views on everything. I just got extremely lucky. Like when he's talking about the money he makes and stuff like that. So same thing. It's a large group of people who wouldn't identify him as like the big streamer or whatever. So I don't know, bro. I say that to say like celebrity don't even exist. And Jen Lewis, shouts out to you calling it out and calling out your fellow famous people for showing up. Like I said, everybody who wants showing up wasn't thinking about that. But salute to Chris Smalls for at least showing up. And I hope he's safe because, they do these things where you don't know where the people are. You don't know their condition. I hope he's safe. I hope he's good. And thank you for dedicating your life to actual activism and all that good stuff. Because, you've been arrested and done all that stuff when he was trying to deliver care packages to the people of Palestinians and everything like that, along with Greta Thunberg. So he really be putting in the work, man. He started off as an Amazon worker, bro. All of this kicked off for him just being an Amazon worker, man. The power's in the people. I'll say that for sure. Let me reshare because before I share another video, and then I'm like, bro, it was no audio. Man, Black Enterprise. Bro, this was sad to see, which for years was known as the most authoritative hold on. See, because I know the word, bro. It's a pronunciation. This one, y'all know how y'all get on me sometimes. This one, y'all for sure can get on me because this is a basic elementary school word.
Authoritative.
I thought it was authoritative, but I want to make sure. Excuse me. The most authoritative popular source of information on Black business and money management laid off all 15 of its freelancers on Friday, man. I think a lot of these, especially Black media companies, are going like just full AI, bro. Like I seen one company maybe 6 months ago, they had like an AI reporter on video reading the morning news. Like we wouldn't know that that's AI. I was like, you slapping me in the face and telling me, you know what I'm saying? It's not AI. It's crazy. Richard Prince Journalism's online since 2002. Winner for the most interesting story. Oh, this is a whole different. This ain't even, what I'm talking about? This ain't even the story. This is not even the story, gang. But okay. We just had to scroll down to this. Black Enterprise lays off for freelancers. Black Enterprise magazine, which for years was the most authoritative, popular source of information on Black business and money management, laid off all 15 of its freelancers on Friday, leaving only editors to put out a now all-digital publication. The publication launched in 1970, the same year as Essence Magazines, and it was founded by Earl G. Graves Sr., rest in peace, who died at 85 in 2020. Maintained a presence online. It was among the most popular Black-oriented sites in a 2023 journalism survey, but it lost much of its cachet as its staff shrank, and many of its stories were first reported elsewhere, aggregated stories. Alfred Edmond, the senior vice president and executive editor at large, and Derek Dingle, executive vice president, chief content officer, at Black Enterprise Magazine did not respond to requests for comment. However, Edmund outlined the publication's transition to digital in a 2022 message. Black Enterprise's shift from a magazine publisher to a digital media company was completed in 2016 with only a limited distribution, special issues printed 2016 to 2018. He said, today, Black Enterprise is the #1 Black digital media brand with monthly unique visitors exceeding 10 million. As we no longer publish magazines, we don't measure magazine circulation, nor are we eligible to join for the Alliance of Audited Media. We no longer have traditional editorial staff. However, the company is currently hiring a fill-in number of cross-platform content-related positions. Our media and primary source is digital media involved, including content, including video and podcasts on our website and live stream on our social platforms. We also produce and live stream virtual events in addition to our national in-person conferences such as the Entrepreneurs Summit, the Women of Power Summit held in Las Vegas in March 2022, and the Black Men Excel Summit in October 2022. During last month's National Action Network Conference, the Reverend Al Sharpton, its founder, said, elaboration, quote unquote, part of our mandate we met at the board this morning is to escalate pressure on a corporate world about advertising in Black media. We've recently had a deal with one company about Essence. They almost lost the festival, and we got to put pressure on them only as we know how to do. The nation's Black press has experienced 80% decline in revenue since the backlash against diversity, equity, and inclusion ramped up a year ago. Benjamin F. Chavis Jr., Demon, president of the National Newspaper Publishers Association, said in January, no journalist does his job for prizes, but Pulitzer Day is still special, a chance to reflect on all the great work we did in the past year. Oh man, it's just sad, bro. It's sad, man. As a product of Black media, I take great pride in being a product of Black media. Always will, always have. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to HBCU, but I am a product of Black media in the Black media space as a journalist. And regardless of wherever I work, whatever title I have, I will always be, you know what I'm saying, trained and raised and grew up in and shaped by Black media. This is sad, bro, because for so many of Black media organizations, like they have to pivot to other things, and you know, at Rolling Out, they have I'm saying we because I'm part of them, but they have the music branch and everything, that the record label that they're launching and all these things, and you know, just to stay, they have to pivot. You have to constantly pivot in life, and you know, it's sad to see Black media going through this. Hold on, I want to see if my homegirl's still over there. Trying to think. Let me see. Editors. Is Selena still there? Selena Hill? Let me see if Selena Hill is still there. Let me see. Selena, are you still there? Let me see her TikTok. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if Selena Hill is still there. She hasn't posted. Selena hasn't posted in a month. 1 minute you're watching Young Jock. Let me see. She has Black Enterprise stories still up that she was talking about. I hope Selena's still over there and stuff. She had a sizzle reel that she posted in February. Oh, here's your Twitter. I want to make sure. Multimedia journalist, Black Enterprise. She still has Black Enterprise tag. Nah, she hasn't been on it in a month, unless she has anything. Shout out Forrest Black, by the way. I need to hit up somebody, bro. I need to call somebody back. Let me call. I gotta call someone back. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I got sidetracked and everything. But I hope Selena's good. That's partnering them and stuff like that over there at Black Enterprise. So yeah, support Black media, man. Support Black media. Keep Black media afloat. Everything like that, man. Support real journalism, real media. Because All the money is going over here. Let's do it. You see how I did it? Come on, man. You see how I did? Come on, bro. You see how that transition, man? Complex hip hop media power rankings. A lot of people talked bad about this list because I think it was the most viral and the most talked about folks, but it was so few actual journalists. This is my first time seeing the full list. I know that DJ Academics is number 1. I think that Kirko is in the top 10. So those are, here we go. All right, man. Let's see. Let's see if Speedy's on the list. Speedy Mormon, because he just left Complex. He was never able to be on the list in previous years because he was at Complex. So let's see if he'll be on the. As years pass, no one actively employed by Complex is eligible, but there are plenty of alums on this list. All right, Rob Markman at 35. I feel like they've expanded it to 35. Okay, shout out to Rob. He should definitely be on. 34, I'm Dante. Okay, so the first streamer, I'm Dante. Alphonse Pierre, shout out Alphonse. Definitely, he be hating for sure in his reviews. I ain't gonna lie. I'm saying this as someone like from his Childish Gambino reviews, but people don't like his Drake reviews. If you read a lot of his reviews, bruh, like it talk about like the person's background of them as an artist and stuff. It's almost like it's pre-written, and then it's like, bruh, just talk about the album. But I mean, I guess you have to set the scene. His you know what I'm saying, his reviews do draw a reaction and get people talking, and that's what he's saying. That's the whole point of this list. Who gets people talking, bro? Who starts the conversations? He starts conversations. All right. Elliot Wilson 32. Elliot kind of low this year, I guess, because he was, you know, dealing with heart surgery and stuff like that. But keep going, bro. Underground Sound. Oh, that's UGS. Okay, so we got a blog. So we got the first blog. Yeah, that's kind of low for them. DJ Head and Gina Views. Coast, both friends of the channel. Shout out to Gina Views. Shout out DJ Head. Coast. Gina Views. I make rap, bro. Arshawn. Oh, wow. So they have Underground Sound higher than Our Generation Next or Kids you know, his platform and stuff like that. Arshawn Jawad. Kids Take Over. That's his platform. Yeah. I remember he had a thing. It's more so of a music thing. I wish the discourse online was less toxic. The things that the fans are really pretentious over, their favorite artists and gatekeeping them, flexing, being early on something, being extreme with their takes just so they can get a banger tweet. It's weird, and honestly, it rarely happens in real life. It's just the internet. Kid Merrill at 28, his first year at Hot 97. Okay, all right, that's interesting. I love that weird raps are getting some shine. I don't mean to be weird, like Weird Al parody rap. I mean different. Everything from drumless gangster stuff to SC Knack and Stove God to Young Loud, energetic stuff like Xavier So Bass. And bro, he loves Xavier and Osama Son, to guys like Mavi, guys like him, guys like Lean. Shout out Lean. Everyone has their own line. I love that. What's one thing you hate? The gambling app energy around it. Everything is who won, who sold the most, who got the most clips, who gives a who make beautiful art and let people catch up to it. Commodification will ruin the situation faster than a fart in a smart car. That's facts. The Art of Dialogue. Okay, so we have another blog, The Art of Dialogue. Here, the people who be like interviewing like Dr. Umar and stuff. Okay, that's interesting. 26, Jim Jones. Did I miss something? Since when has Jim Jones been a hip-hop media figure? He's just an old dude who goes on Instagram Live, and what are we talking about? He beefed with Cameron? Jim Jones doesn't have a podcast. Jim Jones doesn't have a blog. Jim Jones doesn't have a radio show. This is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Featuring on Let's Rap About It, artist to artist. They share comedic stories and candid conversations about rap stars. If you can't beat them, join them. After going back and forth with rapper turned commentators like 50 Cent and Cameron, Jim Jones entered the video podcast arena. This year, he launched a co-launched the Let's Rap About It alongside New York City vets. Oh, Fab, Mano, and Davies. Yeah, they did have a show. They do have a show. But ain't nobody respectfully, bro. Yeah. I got you. Respectfully. Folks not really checking for that pod, bro. Respectfully. Not more than Gina Views and them jokers. Respectfully, bro. Nori. All right. Nori's really low this year. Drink Champs, I felt like did kind of dip in terms of like the noise it was making, but they set the bar so high for themselves, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like they had back to back classics, like coming out of pandemic, everything like that. Like Drink Champs was on a different level. That's a difficult kind of bar to reach every year. Shannon Sharp, I ain't gonna lie, he took a dip as well after those allegations and getting booted from ESPN. Like the caliber of the level of guests and stuff like that on Club Shay Shay. You know what I'm saying? It went from like the show to watch every week to just like, oh, okay, here's some, we're going to get a bunch of clips, ask a bunch of viral questions to a bunch of people who have a following on social media, as opposed to like, what used to be like the It talk show. Like Shannon Sharp had a moment of that Cat Williams interview. He was hot as fish grease, bro. And then Monique was right after. Can nobody see Shannon Sharp at that moment? So to go from the place that everybody wanted to go to like now just kind of, it feels like he's just kind of doing it to keep money coming in. It's kind of sad to see, but hey, shout out Shannon Sharp though. Keep going. I love Nightcap. Shout out Joe Johnson, ISO Joe. Trapler Ross. All right. Shout out Trapler Ross, but where he represents is so dang controversial, bro. Like they be doing a good job with them docs. Like I be watching some of them sometimes still. I ain't gonna lie. Guilty pleasure here. And everybody does like wrong. That's why he's on the That's why he's on the list, but goodness gracious, bro. 23. I think the year that he did the YSL video, the Lucci video, the YSL vs YFN, I felt like that was like his peak and everything like that. But he's been a little more outside and a little more in America this past year, so I could see him being on the list period still. Lauren LaRosa. Shout out to Lauren LaRosa. They didn't just say the Breakfast Club. They put Lauren there individually. Shout out Brown Girl Grinding. This is family, by the way. Family of family. I don't know Lauren personally, everything like that. But she is family for sure on the channel. I got to give her that respect every time. Congratulations to Lauren being on the list. In addition to being on the Breakfast Club and kind of forcing her way on the show. In addition to that, Brown Girl Brown, she breaks a lot of stories and does the work in hip hop media. So shout out to Lauren for making the list. Nardwar. Underrated. Nardwar should be in the top 10 every year. Maybe top 5 every year. Every year that he does one interview with a hip hop artist, he should automatically be in the top 5, top 10. Because Nardwar might be the greatest interviewer of all time. He might be the greatest interviewer of all time. So on the basis of that, he's got to be higher, bro. Shout out Nardwar, dog. Nadeska Alexis. Shout out to Nadeska, friend of the channel. She never been on the channel, but like she cool people. She had the interview with J. Cole. Shouts out. All right, let me see. Talking or debating about music feels much more contentious than enjoyable in a lot of spaces. This should still be fun. Hey man, it is what it is. Neon, man, come on, bro. Be so for real, bro. Like, I get it. A couple years ago when Neon broke the Tweaker record from Jello. What did Neon do for hip hop in the past year? He streamed with a bunch of rappers. He had some controversial moments. And rappers like going on there because he goes viral. What has he done for hip hop culture, for hip hop, the way that he did the year before? Like I said, the year before, you got to give him his credit. That Joker broke one of the biggest records at the time. I might swerve in that corner, whoa. Bitches type without you getting this, I let it go. He ain't have no type of moments like that this year. Neon pays rappers. He ain't even. Narwhal got CIF in jail. The desk grew since her shows. Yeah, for sure. Hey, that show, bro, did a lot for me, bro. I appreciate Nadeska so much. Shouts out to Everyday Struggle for sure. Yeah, Neon being on this that high too is crazy to me. That's literally off of just being like clouded up, dog. That ain't even like contributions to the game. Gillian Wallow. All right, so we got to keep it a bean. And shout out Wallow for sure. Shout out Wallow for sure. A solid individual friend of the channel. We gotta keep it a bean, bro. We have to keep it a bean. It got kind of a little more quiet for $1 million worth of game as opposed to years past and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. We just gotta keep it a bean. So they were 9 last year. Now they are 18. Okay. So there's that. But shout out to Wallow though for sure. Bootleg Kev. Shout out Bootleg Kev, man, doing the thing independently out there on the West Coast. He gave me some great game. He's a good dude. I ain't never had no bad run-ins with him. He rocks with Ben Riley heavy. So I rock with that. Just how he rock with Ben, that's home team. That's friend of the channel as well. You know what I'm saying? So I rock with him for sure. Shout out Bootleg Kev. John, I don't know these dudes' names, but I know they do the podcast with New York Times. Who they interviewed this year? Like that was big. Like, cause I know they did Andre 3000 a couple of years. Oh, they did Earl Sweatshirt. Yeah, that was a pretty good interview and stuff like that. Jay-Z didn't do the interview with them. Jay-Z did interview just with New York Times, and it was like you couldn't even hear the questions. They just had the words up on the screen. Who they had this year? I don't know who they had. Oh, A$AP Rocky. Yeah, the Jack Harlow moment where he said, I got more black this year. Okay, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Them boys deserve to be on the list. I ain't gonna lie. Cameron, this is funny because Cameron's sports media, but like he did have the moment of the whole J. Cole back and forth thing. And then Talk with Flea has some just hip hop moments. So I mean, Cam is killing it, bro. He's killing it. That is a hustler mentality. Get it, pivot all the way. I have to salute that. Shout out Cameron. Shout out It Is What It Is, man. Fraser Thorpe. Shout out to Fraser. Is Fraser only up this high? Respectfully, is he only this high because he interviewed Jay-Z? Because was he on the list last year? He wasn't. Or Fraser Tharp, excuse me, my bad. So he's only on the top 15 because he interviewed Jay-Z? I think that's kind of crazy, in my opinion. But he was the first to chronicle Max B the day he was released from prison. That's pretty big. Shout out to Jordan, friend of the channel. That follows the blueprint of the Clips comeback. The birds don't sing, the birds on the screen, they're screeching. Big Bang, okay, Atlanta. All right, so I definitely had my opinions about Big Bang in the past, but I think his platform's undeniable, bro. The Young Thug interview, whoop-de-doo. That was everywhere. I like the interview with Lil Tony. I like the interview with Curtis Snow. Shout out to TJ Screen, Hood Rich. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole home team, man, back home in the A, man. I love you guys so much. But yeah. Oh, the D1 interview even just recently, like Big Bang, he definitely has the moments. So I'll say that. One thing you hate about it, there's too much clout chasing over craftsmanship. A lot of people focus more on moments, beef, social media antics more than making timeless music. Sometimes art gets lost in the noise. 12, Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat ain't done nothing in 7 months. Like Kai, getting on Kai's platform is like an honor. But he ain't done nothing in 7 months. I guess because he did the On the Radar ciphers for Mafiathon, so he had rappers come in every day and rap. I guess so. I mean, it was a big platform. He gave Chris Patrick a launching pad and Marco Plus a launching pad. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he did a lot for the culture. I ain't even gonna lie this time around. It's just the fact that he ain't done nothing in 7 months. And this is supposed to be for the past 12 months. It's just kind of crazy to me. Last year, he was number 1. streaming, but not recently. Yeah, so I guess that's why he fell. On the radar, number 11. Ding, ding. Shout out to Gabe P. Shout out on the radar. Yeah, on the radar be putting in that work. I ain't gonna hold you. He said the discourse about rap everyone feeds online, so personalized, so their own liking of music comes across as more remotely outside the bubble. Their chance they immediately hate it. I hate how we can't even enjoy music without think pieces every 5 seconds now. I don't like people not liking think. People should have an opinion on music, bro. Like I seen Larizzi said something about that. He was like, why is everybody so critical of music? Why can't we just enjoy the music? I think as long as there's art, there will be critique of art. I think that's just how it goes. Me personally. Playboy Max, number 10. Playboy PBM. Playboy Max. So he fell from 4 to 10. I guess because he like leans a little more on making his own music now. I don't know why he kind of slid. Ebro, number 9. Ebro pivoted something crazy. You know, Hot 97 dropped him. The ball ain't dropped. Stopped nothing for him. Shout out to Ebro. Shout out Ebro. Kirko. They post a lot. Rory and Maul, 7. All right, so Rory and Maul, they don't make as much noise as they used to, but they still, when they say something controversial, them jokers is gonna be them jokers viral. Everybody talking about it. Everybody calling them idiots and how Joe Budden should never put these idiots on. So I mean, they still hold their own. Anthony Fantano. Shout out Needle Drop. Shout out Anthony Fantano. Internet's biggest music nerd. That's crazy. He's top 6 in the hip hop media ranking when he doesn't even consider himself hip hop media. I said it before in years past. I'll say it again. I don't think it's many people talking about Anthony Fantano as they used to. I mean, on my end, but shout out to Anthony Fantano though. Is still respect to him, all the research he does and listening and everything. So shout out. Y'all know this is just my opinion, right? It's a sentence that sits under any review of Anthony Fantano's thing. I hate the lack of acknowledgement women in the genre are getting at the moment. The ladies of this generation are making waves at a scale they never had before, and yet they don't even drive half the discourse ever seen at the moment. Flo Milli is quietly pulling in at least 2 times the monthly listeners as your average Cardi clone, but people act like she doesn't exist, and the bar of charisma actually mattered. Lil Sims and Tia Kareem should be twice as huge as they are right now, respectively. We could do a whole thing piece on Megan Thee Stallion continues to be more defamed and maligned artist of the 2020s and has every reason to quit at the sake of her own sanity, but continues to craft hits and put butts in seats. Doji has done nothing but showcase creativity and put out solid music that scales well, but somehow there's still an endless sea of losers who are making hating her their entire personality. So yes, I hate this. I like how what he hates was deeper than just like, I hate how. I like that. Shout out Anthony Fantano. Charlemagne at 5. Okay. Shout out to everything that Charlemagne has set out, Black Effect Podcast Network and stuff like that. What in the past year has Charlemagne, like legit for hip hop media type moments, questions, interviews, anything? Like, I mean, I know we got the Isaiah Rashad joint this week, but like legit for hip hop. And I think a lot of it is just the exclusion of putting Breakfast Club on Netflix. We don't hear a lot of Charlemagne's takes as much. Like he's not put in front of our faces as much if we're not on Netflix. I don't know about this, bro. I think this might just be like his name, bro. I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Jadakiss and Fat Joe, yeah, they've had a great year. Their podcast makes some noise. I see their podcast. I see them jokers. I understand this. All right, so number 3. All right, DJ. All right, y'all boy, be easy, man. Shout out Vlad, man. I guess. I don't know one big interview that Vlad has done in the last year. Like the interview that I keep coming back to with Vlad is like Tito Jackson because the Michael movie came out. Rest in peace, Tito Jackson. Number 2, Joe Budden. Joe Budden being number 2 is kind of crazy. I feel like Joe Budden number 1. But academics, I could see academics being number 1 in terms of being like the loudest. So they got act number 1. There it is. There it is. That's the list. Okay, so here is a reaction to the list from Andre G. Shout out Andre G. On the Whitney Williamsification of rap media discourse from Andre G. In 2026, it feels like every wing of media is congealing into general quote unquote content. You're liable to see any popular personality on any outlet talking about anything. Stephen A. Smith alternates from pontificating about LeBron versus Jordan and political coverage, apparently mulling a 2028 White House run. Charlamagne the God went from sniffing women's seats on the Breakfast Club to an unlikely spot as a political commentator for ABC and CBS. Snoop Dogg just called an NBA game. Cameron and Mace are 2 of the hottest names in sports media, with Cam recently hosting the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight. The adage used to be fake it till you make it. Now it's say it till you pay it. Ooh, dang. Social media has necessitated the gulf between those with informed and uninformed opinions, and in many ways eliminated the need to have those facts. And in turn, the algorithm rewards splashy names and sensationalism over knowledge. As long as someone can bring in viewers who bring in ad revenue, they're an asset. The fixation on numbers has resulted into the podcast scene big on personality, but scant on expertise. Teaching young people in entertainment is the default function of media instead of information sharing. Oh, he's spitting. They're taking after what's already working in the media ecosystem. Media personalities like DJ Academics, Adam 22. Dang, Adam 22 went on the list? And DJ Vlad have become the biggest names in rap media because of, not despite, their ancillary content. They accrue millions of views, not talking about who created who, but who snitched on who slept with who beat up who. YouTube is now overrun with wannabe media personalities with nice sets and awful interviewing skills. They constantly interrupt interview subjects, ask them to repeat things they've discussed on other platforms, and fish for controversy, hoping to get aggregation from music sites thirsty for clicks. Every day they compete with who can offer the world the most insane information. Yesterday I learned that Mash B flashed the lip service podcast. Oh wow, he was going crazy. What? You going crazy on them folks, man. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And then there's another one of like Andre G going deeper into this. He says, "Hey Andre, happy Cinco de Mayo. Why do you look so stressed? Haha." He said, "Because I'm relying on an industry that doesn't give an ish about me to pay my rent. And I do love Black culture, and I'm working tirelessly to accrue half the income of the people destroying it." He said himself. Shout out Andre G, bro. Shout out Andre G doing the work. Forever like not being scared to go against the grain, like, because this is what he's fighting for and talking about. He's talking about this earlier and stuff. Anyways, I have an interview coming tomorrow, a subject that very few of the powerful Avengers know or care about, as usual. Anyone who creates a list of journalists with the most skill, integrity, bravery, and love for Black culture, please link me to it. They really out here comparing James Harden to Dwayne Wade. Disrespectful. Not having a company man on that list is wild to me. Also, I've never got into one piece of hip hop from Neon. So you never heard "I might swerve in that corner, whoa, whoa," and a tight, but I see you can this thing, I let that thing go. TCM, Andre G, Tory Green, all off the list, but has space for Trapler, Ross, and paid promo Twitter. I ain't gonna speak on stuff. His culture passing away. Not at all. It's just becoming more annexed. People are still creating and ideating great ideas, great things. They just don't reach the masses because those in power have ulterior motives. It's a blessing to keep to be able to look past companies who invest in most of homogenized ideas. Yeah, man. Shout out Andre G, bro. Gideon shows Aiden DMs.
Aiden Ross just hit me. Damn. Hit him up all the way back in August 6, 2025, asking for his new number because his old number got disconnected. Doesn't message me for almost a year. And the first thing he wants to say is, "Do I want to box in a boxing match?" Man. It's internet stuff. What the hell? Aiden Ross just hit me.
People are fed up, bro. But I mean, I think the quicker you see what something is, I think the less offended you get.
No cap.
I didn't even do a big grandiose. It's my first time seeing the Bruce versus Rage stuff. So here we go.
If I'm 28 years old and I'm calling the girl little sis and she's like 18 going on 19, bro, somebody come fucking put the gun under my chin and blow the fucking trigger. Oh my God, that shit is dead crazy, bro. Like, if you gotta little sis your way into some pussy gang, you are crazy. You're crazy, little sis. Gang, what are you talking about, little sis? You're trying to little sis your way into some pussy, bro? I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud. I've never given a fuck, nigga. At 30, bro, you're supposed to just be straight up. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all the little sis, Hello Kitty shit, bro. You know, it worked. Yeah, you trying to come to the crib, watch anime, go get some boba. Niggas dead 28. No, I'm seeing it, gang. I'm seeing it, bro. No, what's happening?
Yeah, he crazy for this, bro. Bruce is crazy for that, bro. Bruce is crazy for that. Oh, man. Hold on, I gotta reshare to get the audio back. Give me a second, y'all. I'm pulling back the audio, bro. Bruce crazy for this.
YRG. Nigga, fuck YRG, nigga. Nigga, fuck YRG, nigga. That's how I'm feeling, nigga. Fuck YRG, nigga. Y'all niggas saying fuck me, nigga. Fuck y'all, nigga. Y'all niggas is parasocial losers. On God, eat a dick. And stop begging that nigga to do streams with me. He don't want to do streams with me. All y'all niggas can eat a dick. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Fuck YRG. It's big. Now it's fuck y'all. Fuck you, nigga. Nigga, fuck YRG. Nigga.
Oh, buddy. Oh, man. Here we go. Here's Ray's response. It's audio. No, audio just went out. Okay, cool. I'm glad I saw it right when it happened. All right, here's Ray's response. I'm gonna end it after this one. I ain't gonna get to the Karlous Miller joint today.
Is whatever niggas is feeling in that moment. It's whatever he feels in that moment, chat. Reality is whatever niggas is feeling in that moment. They don't live in the real world, my nigga. This shit, like, what did I do? What do you want? Like, what do you want? You want to talk to me or some shit? I do not think about these niggas. And again, Yana text me today, like, what the fuck are these niggas? Why do these niggas? I don't know, Yana. Actually, I do know. I explained it to you, but like, I'm sorry. I'm dead sorry. Yo, Valkyrie, I apologize. You was right. It's niggas like that make you like weary of it. Damn, if I play a fucking video game with this girl, niggas are gonna call me old and put some allegations on me. These are the worst type of niggas, my nigga. Cause they don't like you. They is willing to ruin your reputation and push it on your name. These are the worst type of niggas. You control me with anything else. I don't give a fuck you talking about my knees. I don't give a fuck you say I'm collabing with white motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck you don't troll me on that tip though, boy. That's weird, gang. Nah, bro, like that shit jokes. Yo. Ray's no, don't. I'm not your fucking friend, nigga. Stop trolling with me, gang. Like what? Shit getting obsessive too, gang. Like I don't know what it is. Niggas want me to crash out. Niggas want that. Every minute I speak on niggas, that's 5 extra talking points, topics on their fucking stream, because they got no fucking content, my nigga. Leave that shit over there, gang. I am 28 years old, gang. I don't care. It was worse than my hoes, my nigga. I don't even got. At least after a year, my hoes stopped. My old, you know what I'm saying? They stopped. Bro, it's been 3 fucking years. Do I gotta block you like a bitch? Do my mom gotta ban your name out my chat or some shit? Like, what do I gotta do, bro? You wanna talk to me? We gotta talk on the phone. I ain't talking to you on no fucking phone, nigga.
That was definitely a 180 in a couple seconds. In a second, it's like, what do I have to do to end this? Do we need to talk on the phone? No, I don't want to talk on the phone. Well, what's gonna happen? You guys just gonna keep going back and forth over streams? I don't know. DDG.
Yo, man, SLG, YRG, DDG squad for life. We come together, nigga. Fuck Bruce, nigga. It's like war. Like, I look at the streaming shit like war.
Like a war? Wait, what happened? What did he do?
I don't lie. I was never beef with a nigga that never left his house. No, work.
Okay.
It's like the U.S.
Yeah, teaming up with France.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the U.S.'s bomb Iran, right?
Yeah.
It's like Bruce Iran, the U.S. I'm trying to create allies.
Oh,
so I'm helping with the fight.
Okay.
So then they're like, okay, so say you get
Like
a fight.
school.
You publish. It's great alliances. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck DEO, man. SLG, YRG, DDG squad for life.
Yo, this man is stupid, bruh. Streaming is stupid, dog. All right, Bruce responded.
He's a mark ass nigga, chat. And if you know, he's a mark ass nigga, boy. Ooh, wee. You like to gossip. Ooh, with the bitches too. You are dangerous, gang. That's worse. That's worse. But at the same time, though, like, you know, you got to understand, bro. Like, now I'm fighting fire with fire because you came on and what he said, I hated streaming, Brady. He said, I talk shit. What did he say? I ain't watched the clips, but we was like, he said, I have no content. Nigga.
Bro, you did an 8-hour yesterday with the 5-minute your rage segment, bro.
Yo, raise me. No, Brady, why is Lil Sis acting like we ain't used to be caked up on the phone talking about how this streaming shit dying and how everybody getting a team, and then he went around and got a content manager. Like, gang. Like, bro, you don't believe in yourself, bro? Like, what are you talking about, bro? You was just bro, you was fisting pocket pussies, gang. We don't remember that? Or we forgetting? Out of content, nigga, I am the content, nigga. You want to look like me, pussy? What are you talking about, nigga? All the muscles and you want to look like me. What the fuck? Clown?
I ain't gonna lie. This is as toxic as it comes. Oh, this is toxic. Oh, this is bad. There's no winners. There's no winners. Yeah, there's no winners here. Here we go.
Lil Sis not saying no more. Nah, she can do what she want. She just better be being careful and staying safe. She can do what she wants.
Nigga, this is not your real sister. You have a real sister, gang. Like, bro, this is why I'm trolling you. Did you see the point that I make? Like, bro, what is this character? Is this a character, bro? Nah, Chrome Hearts dead changed niggas, bro. Chrome Hearts changed niggas, bro. Who gave this nigga the Chrome plug, bro? We can't give everybody Chrome Hearts. I ain't gonna lie. I cannot lie, bro.
You grown woman.
I can't lie.
But she gotta make sure she, you know. Nah, he not answering. All right, bet.
Really?
All right. I'll pull up to Hawaii myself. See, I won't.
What happened? Did I just get DDoSed? Yep. Bro, Guapstar Zay. Bro, y'all be saying I be trying to. Wait.
Lil Sis not saying no more. Nah, she can do what she want. She just better be being careful and staying.
This man Bruce, bro. This man Bruce.
Y'all know.
Y'all acting like.
First of all, I seen your boyfriend on your story. I gotta vet him. I gotta talk to that nigga. Set that up. I gotta talk to that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I gotta
what is my
approve.
ears?
Big bro gotta approve. Y'all know.
Bro, nah.
Okay,
Nah.
I mean,
That's AI, bro. That's gotta be AI.
Nah, I don't really care.
That's gotta be AI.
New Trey Living Mill.
Yeah, this shit is weird.
Y'all know.
Y'all acting like.
Trolling aside, I ain't gonna lie. That part is definitely like a big brother trait of just like, I don't know about this dude. I don't know. That's how big brothers actually act. I ain't gonna hold you. So that one is, I see where you come.
Even we were man enough to get on the phone and admit where we fucked up. As much as people hate Aiden, you know what I'm saying? That nigga, he'll answer the phone and you know what I'm saying? Apologize. about shit that he know he did. You feel me? So that's just very surprising. That's why shit just be so funny to me, because like niggas pick and choose. They pick and choose when it benefits them. When everybody seen that I came back, everybody wanted to give me subs because it benefited them. They seen what the fuck I said yesterday. It don't got shit to do with nobody else besides the clip or what the fuck I was talking about, and they just want to talk about it. It benefits them. Even we were man enough to.
You talking about DDG? Oh snap! All right, it's from So.
A lot of niggas see Yana and they want to fuck. So when they see me being platonic with this girl and making funny content, they're like, damn, if I was in Rage's position, shit, I'll be going, you know what I'm saying? I'm not you. I'm not you. I don't want to be you neither. I promise you. I'm not you, my nigga. Keep that weird. I already said a fucking week ago, chat. I don't give a fuck if I know you in real life. I don't give a fuck if you're a streamer. I don't give a fuck if you're random in the fucking chat. If you say some weirdo shit, if you make a suggestive comment between me and Yana, that girl is 19 years old. I'm 28. Don't play with me like that, bro. Are you crazy, my nigga? Knowing how this internet shit get? Are you crazy? You dig what I'm saying? Like, I'm not your, don't troll. I'm not your friend, bro. Go troll with your little pussy-ass friend. Don't troll with me, bro. We don't talk, my nigga. The fucking niggas gonna be like, it's trolling, bro. It's trolling. The niggas gonna go on the burner. I just want to let my feelings out for real, cuz. I like how I feel when I let shit. What is it, my nigga? It's whatever he feels in that moment, chat. Reality is whatever niggas is feeling in that moment. They don't live in the real world, my nigga.
All right, so that was what he said. It's got to be disgusting for Yana. Imagine you publicly objectified like this on multiple occasions at only 19. Like, why are we talking about a teenager in the manner anyways? I hope she moves away from guy content. Imagine this your sister or daughter. Girls, stay away from her. He's just big bro. Chilling with big bro. Love rage, but my 19-year-old daughter is not going to be constantly. Yo, I think the internet gets aged like all the way wrong, bro. She's not a child. Like, she ain't grown, or you know what I mean, whatever, woo, but she can vote. She can get cigarettes. She can drive. She can get a car. She lives on her own. You know what I mean? Like, to act like if she was in college, she'd be in college. She'd be in her second year of college. To act like that is, she's at an age where like she can't even make decisions for herself is crazy, in my opinion. It ain't no, you know what I mean, high school age kid, but the internet be talking about them like they high school age kids. Y'all must have been pampered when y'all was 19 with a guy there, the language or the big deal. Like, all I can say is you think like this because you're still a child. Once you get older, spin back to this comment. What? All right, this is just, that's weird, bro. That's weird. I definitely think that the way that the internet looks at age is, it's like not real. I will say that. Let me see. It's another perspective. Most men in Sierra want to F. Imagine your brother talking about you like this, nightmare. That one I agree with. When he said that was definitely weird. Because it's unfortunately true. The only reason he said, well, I never said it wasn't true, but imagine someone you considered your brother talking about you like this to another man, especially to his male fan base. A million different ways he could have said it that Mill are ill intention without sexualizing and dehumanizing her. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Like he could have said that in a better way. Words matter, phrasing matters. Or Yana speaks. This is what Yana said. She said, I'm simply having fun collabing and making new friends. Please don't be weird. Respectively, you can't pick and choose which collabs are weird. I keep my content cool and positive and pure to welcome everyone. Please stop having dirty minds. I know if I ever feel uncomfortable with the collab, I can make it known. I love all my streamer friends, and please don't make things weird where nothing is going on. Love you and see you guys later, twin. And so that's what she said. That's what Yana said. People are gonna see this and still go with Bruce and say Rage is weird. One, Bruce and Rage in 2026. Yeah, I don't know where that came. Like Bruce just kind of came out of nowhere with it. I might as well. It's getting late. I need to go to sleep, but I'm gonna do this. Karlous Miller versus Nick Cannon. So Nick Cannon went on 85 South Show, right? I mean, he went on Club Shay Shay, and he was talking about like Karlous Miller getting fired because I assume, I haven't watched the interview, but I assume like Shannon was just asking him about like why he fired Karlous Miller and all that, and how he felt about 85 South Show and all their success. So he said, I tried to sell MTV on the 85 South Show. These guys are killing it. You better harness them now. They're going to do it with or without you. They just didn't see the vision. And he said, Karlous Miller, quote unquote, drama includes asking being paid correctly, stop giving writing credits to MFers who never wrote anything for anybody, and to be paid on all the shows that are being used as monetized content on social media. When they can't use or exploit you, you're the problem. You better say that. I was like, dang, this man, he woke up on that time, and he said how they wanted me to act and be thankful for being on a TV show. Karlous Miller won't going. Karlous Miller said you could do it wildin', but you can't do that with me. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but they just keep bringing it back up and trying to make me look crazy. Got the whole black community thinking I did something to them folks. I was just a dude at work that ain't gonna let them dudes handle me any kind of way. You better speak up for yourself, bruh. I don't know what you expect when you go on the show and the man's name is Shay Shay. They're going to cause drama for likes and views. The show is called Shay Shay and the host is a man. Make it make sense. People they really be on him for having that name, Shay Shay, that nickname. Let me see what this is. The way I feel like Wildin' Out, no one's ever fired. It's an open door policy. So we played it up to where he said Nick fired me, and I was like, yeah, I did, but I had nothing to do with it. But in that sense, I dang sure made sure that Karlous was back. That's right. He didn't fire anybody. He gets other people to do it and act like he didn't know nothing about it. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. The people, you mean HR, the people whose job it is to fire people, elaborate. That's just crazy, bro. Salute to Karlous Miller standing up for himself. I think people can learn something from this. Speak up in the workplace, man. Speak up in the workplace and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? Marcellus Wiley has some accusations with like a lot of women.
Boy called me. I'm gonna leave his name out of here because he's famous. But my boy called me. He said, just keep your head up. I said, what? I was about to call you because we got to talk some work stuff. And he was like, just keep your head up. I don't care about nothing else. I just care about you, big dog. I said, you okay? Oh, my name accused of, I can't say it or this show will get shut down and I get a community strike by former ESPN production assistant. Oh, I said, oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. Okay, so unless you're under a rock, hiding under it, you know that's been going on. That's been percolating. And I have to, on that situation, I got to break it down. So I will break it down. Now, obviously, there hasn't been that day where we just saw this lady had to testify, et cetera. So we are not in the same phase of things. But because I rock with you and I am thorough, I am transparent, I keep it 1,000. So we're going to have to talk about this situation 1,000. So let me explain to you guys what's going on. So in these instances, these alleged misrepresentations, let's call it that, all right? The encounters, pick a date, pick the encounter, pick the allegation. For every one of them, I either saw, communicated through email, text, phone, was invited by these individuals after these dates to engage, to be intimate, or all the above after the dates that are in question, okay? So this matters. Why does it matter? I'm looking at my picture like, damn, this is crazy. Because it directly contradicts the narrative that they're trying to present publicly. Yep. Directly, like, boom, like what you talking about? Okay, if somebody come in here right now, it is 6:36 in the morning. I know I'm running a little bit late, but we started a little bit late. My itty bitties are ready. I'll get them ready in a few minutes. And something happened to me. You just tell me. A week later, 2 weeks later, a year later, whatever time later than 6:36, are they back hanging with me in my house, invited by me? I'm talking to them, texting to them, hanging with them, anything like that. If what I'm saying is real, would I do that? If you say yes to that, speak on it. But I got one straightforward question for all the accusers. Why did you continue to see or maintain friendly communication at minimum? That can be verified, will be verified, with someone that you're accusing after the alleged incidents. Oh, because once again, what we just saw, what occurred in the Stephon Diggs situation, they out there dancing in the videos, not knowing that they've been filmed and not knowing that that is of record. There are so many records and receipts that will be brought to show people you say one thing, but you did another. Okay. So we're seeing this dangerous trend right now more than ever. We're seeing people who are going out there making serious allegations, like we just saw with Stephon Diggs, blatant lies, like we saw with Stephon Diggs, being made in public without substantiated evidence. Nothing. Just talking. I can file a lawsuit right now against you. I don't even know who you are, but I can say a bunch of stuff. And if you got a name, if you got something of credence that people will pump up, it can go out there. It can run. But what happens to you, what happens to me, what happens to Stephon Diggs in that situation, reputation damage, and then the facts are expected to catch up later. Crazy. That's why the accusation is way louder than the apology. But me, y'all know, first of all, I got the perfect platform to do this. I'm not going to be quiet about it. I'm not going to be silent about it. All right. So the reason is simple, that I'm going to have to fight. And it's not about me. Y'all know how I rock. Y'all know how I roll. It's not about me. It's not even about my name. It's about my son's name. So I named my son Marcellus Vernon Wiley Jr. And the toughest part about all of this is the fact that there's going to be a day, and I don't know when that day is, but it's going to be a day. I'm not worried about any of these allegations on the level of there's no criminal charges. All this talk, and nobody ever wanted me arrested. Nobody ever got me arrested. Nobody ever got me. So you don't want that. It's about money. I get it. But to you, it's about money. To me, it's about my son's name that he will one day Google and think that this is about him. But he's going to know it's about his dad. And how dare you stain the brain of my child and his hero. So all of that, all I got in me, all that I possess
why would his son,
will be used to defend
that
name for my son.
Hold on, let me pause this.
Y'all know I want to cry because anything with MJ, anything with the itty bitties gets to me. To me, directly to me. If his name was Charles, this would be a little different.
Why would his son?
His name is Marcellus. Oh, y'all playing with the wrong name. Playing with the wrong little one. So there are details, tons of details I won't address at this time, respectfully, and that restraint is intentional. It's intentional for several reasons. Let's just be real. The burden is not on me to prove innocence. No. I ain't stupid. I'm graduated. Come on, girl. It is on them who are making these accusations to prove their claims are credible, prove their claims are truthful, prove that they're supported by evidence. I want you to sound like the chef in Stephon Diggs' case, right? And obviously that has not happened, and frankly, it won't happen. For anybody who has the time and attention, and I know y'all don't, and I don't want you to, and I don't root for it, but if you read through these things, logically, they just don't add up. And that's just on paper. Wait till you get a Q&A. Wait till you get in front of someone. Wait till you get deposed. Wait till someone talks to you about this. And you don't have the receipts. You don't have the truth on your side. You're in trouble. So I'm not the only party also being referenced. That's another reason why I gotta, let's just say, abbreviate how I respond to this. Because you know me, I want to go one thou wow, line by line. But I'm not the only person and entity being referenced. My institution, Columbia University, as well. So out of respect for them and other legal considerations, I got to respect that. Plus, this is about them. Like being real, they're trying to use me to get to them because they have the $20 billion endowment. They're the ones. That's the money grab. I'm just in the way. And there are limitations of what I can actually say for real on this platform as well. Y'all know y'all get strikes and community strikes, and I don't need all that. I like talking too much talk. And I'm not going to change my show. I'm not going to change how I roll. I'm not going to change anything. If something's in the news, I'm going to talk about it. If I'm in the news, I'm going to talk about it. And y'all not going to silence me. You're not going to crowd me into no corner and say, take this whooping. I don't believe in a gigantic conspiracy. I talk a lot of talk. I'm going to continue to talk a lot of talk. You ain't going to shut me down. You ain't going to shut me up because never shut up. The book. So my position's firm. My position's undeniable. Y'all hear it. Y'all know it. Y'all know me. Not even asking you to believe me. I'm not that guy. Believe the truth. You ain't got to worry about me or them. Just go with the truth. You'll figure it out. So in the same spirit of this show that y'all watching right now, respect, I'm going to continue to challenge all these false accusations. I'm like on this show, how we do it, I'm expose the inconsistencies, break down the film and confront what I believe to be the attempts at my reputation, cause it harm through legal coercion or even worse, legal extortion. It's real. They're trying to leverage lies for personal gain. As they say, assassination by accusation. That's their goal. They're trying by lying. The craziest thing about it is, seriously, is that they didn't want and they do not want justice. They want just ice, money, bling, things. No justice, just ice. All right, well, I want the truth and I want to expose some liars. And not just for me, not just for my name, but for my man, my itty bitty MJ, Marcellus Jr. So I'm gonna go get it. Right around now, get it. You mind? I spin it. That's what I had to say about all of that. And it's crazy that it literally coincides with Stephon Diggs going through that. Think about it. Like, look how much that scopes and references what I'm talking about. And we've seen it. We've been talking about a lot of these other cases. These cases where woman, makes an accusation And you read through it and it says, well, if this doesn't work, I'll just lie and say, hey, they tried to do something to me. We've been through that on this show. We've been through also, well, if something is going on, it's because they're misogynistic. And we know that wasn't accurate. You just didn't tell the truth. We've also been through that on this show. We've also been through this on this show where it's like, oh, well, I need you to give me some money and I need you to sign this book deal and I need you to hook me up. And if you don't, all my stories will change. Like I said, it ain't for me, not even for my name. It's for my boy. Let's go get it. All right, y'all, we ain't gonna end the show like that. Wrong show. Y'all think y'all gonna take away my joy? My grandma said, never let them steal your joy, baby. And dog, y'all know me. The thing I'm most scared of is death. Second thing is prison. They don't want none of that. They ain't trying to kill me. They ain't trying to put me in jail. They trying to get some dough from Colombia.
Like I said, I don't understand why he thinks like his son will Google his own name with a very famous father with the same name, see some accusations of nothing that he was ever involved with, and be like, dang, I was charged with what? Why would his son think that? Like, yeah, that puzzled me. But anyways, as always, my name is Rashad Milligan. I'm gonna cut it off there because I gotta go to sleep. I have some more stuff I can get into, but I gotta go to sleep at some point. The segment's been getting shorter and shorter because I've been trying to go to sleep. As always, if you're new to the channel, this is Rose. My name is Rashad Milligan, man. We live on this channel or post original content on this channel each and every single day, like I've done for the past 426 days. Shouts out to SSB popping back up in the chat. What? Talk about a throwback. SSB 0 today. Dan, Nate, OG original members for sure. You guys have a good, what's today? Wednesday? Y'all have a good Wednesday. Y'all have a good Thursday, Friday, whenever you're watching this. I appreciate all of y'all. And have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good day. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. Yeah, I think that's all I got. We are
Why
anyway.
hit me up? What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.